Alright guys, we're going to be doing the buttoning up of this case. I have 3 different camera angles, well technically this one too, and then this forward one. And we're going to be doing some heavy duty buttoning up. I didn't want to make this a step, but like I said, this is all personal preference. And this is a completely different machine than what we had before. So, because the other 2 machines are actually in production right now, they're actually at client locations. So I had to come up with another machine, and this is actually a server, will be a server, and there's no operating system on it. Will be, I'm imaging something, but it doesn't matter. So we're using this right now, and this is pretty much just, I just put it together real quick just a moment ago, so we're just going to start doing it. So what I like to do is to kind of figure out if I can run these wires behind or like on the other side of the case. Sometimes I like to have the side panels. Makes it easier. So what I mean is that this ATX power, even though it's sitting right here, I might want it to go down this way, and then up. But you know what, now that I'm looking at it, I don't have enough clearance. So this cable is too thick to be able to close, so I won't be able to do that efficiently enough to be able to close that. I don't have a large enough opening to do that, so I'll have to put this back. So these are the things, I mean, it probably would work, but it'll be a little too close and a little too tight, so I'm not going to be doing that. So I'm going to probably do the CPU. I'm probably going to do the CPU cable instead. That I may be able to do. So we're going to go underneath here like so. Looks like I may be able to do that one. And then come through here. It's all based on how you want to do it. So now, in theory, I'm going to leave this on top of this cable and probably wire tie this, because I don't want it to hit the fan. And that's like critical and crucial. So we're going to probably do this, keep it like this. All this other cabling that I already did, this is already wired down, tied down. So like I said, again, it's all personal preference. So this cable here, this is going to the CD-ROM drive. We have the 2 SATA removable hard drive bays are here for the 2 hard drives, and that will be mirrored. And these are the SATA cables. So you remember what I said, I like to have angle cables for the hard drives or for the CD-ROM drives, but for this case I'm actually going to use this for the hard drives as well, because it makes it look a little neater. And I'm using cables that are actually click in. I'm not using the kind that slide off. I'm actually having the ones that actually click in. It makes it much nicer. Let me put my gloves on. Keep it constant, Joe. Keep it constant. So these will just go. So let's see there. And this motherboard supports RAID, matrix RAID, which is nice. And usually I don't like to zip tie cables like this. Maybe I'll do it like this to make it look pretty. Put them over each other, over under. But that's pretty much it. I may actually, do this and then go around. Again, all personal preference. So you don't have to do this. This is a step that you may not want to do, because if you have to remove something, you probably won't be able to do it, and then especially in a server environment. But you know what, I'm just going to do this so you can see what I'm talking about. It does make it look nicer, but again, it's just personal preference, and I'm going to keep saying that because that's exactly what it is, personal preference. So you don't have to make it look pretty, and I'm not even using, I'm using like cheapy wire ties that are junky that came with, the motherboard and stuff. You might want to use black instead of white, so it looks, nicer instead of these white strips here. But then again, a neat case shows passion. So that's together like so. Then I have another one for the CD-ROM drive, DVD-ROM drive. I'm going to snap that in here, and we'll throw that here. And we can leave that like that. So it's, I mean, I guess I could stuff it in here like this. Some of the stuff you can stuff in places. Again, we're not going crazy. So these power cords are not in use. So what I like to do is fold them up and put them away. So this one is not in use. Well, we can zip tie this like that, bend that a little bit like that, and just put it away. Get rid of it so it's not in the way. We're not going to be using these power connectors on here. So I mean, another way to eliminate this is buy a modular power supply, and then you don't have to worry about these extra cables floating around. But sometimes you can't afford that. So then you we'll just stick that right here, right in front of the power supply. Out of sight, out of mind. So it's over there. Yeah, you can't really see it. So it's pushed over to the side and you don't really see it. It'll be packed away. So this is pretty much okay. This is not ultimately, 100%, neat, but it won't overheat, it won't do anything, and we're good to go. So we have power to the drives, we have the SATA cable, everything is good. So this computer is ready to go. I already did everything. This is just wire management. That's all this is. Okay, that's all it is. Just wire management. And we're doing great. So that's it. That's pretty much it. So hopefully you get the idea, because I can spend hours doing this, and literally, and I'm not kidding you, literally hours. So you don't see any wires. This case is not specifically designed for this type of wire management, but it's okay and it'll work. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go off to the operating system. And we'll see how that goes for you guys. It's relatively simple. You stick a drive in, but we'll make that another step. The video will be right here. Take care, guys. Hope you're enjoying this web series of how to build a PC. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them below.